In her 5th season, Lexie Brown is bringing a spark on both sides of the ball. In Los Angeles, she's an all-around player who has no problem locking up the best players in the league. And she can shoot it from deep. You may have seen her on TikTok and on Instagram, bringing the heat with her own unique style and social media presence. So we're going a little one-on-one with Lexie Brown. Lexie, what's good, girl?
That was a nice little intro. Thank you.
Of course, we got it. We got you. This is your 4th team in 5 years, but you're having the best season in your career. What's been the difference for you in LA?
I think just getting on the court, really. I think I've always had this in me. I've always been a really, really good shooter. I've always valued defending and the importance of both sides of the ball. I think it was just a matter of getting enough time on the court for me to show that. And just in the WNBA, it's kind of like a waiting game for some players. So, this league is so small and so talented. Sometimes you kind of just have to wait your turn. And that's just kind of what I had to do. And I'm just taking advantage of this opportunity I've finally been given.
Girl, you're a 3-and-D player, shooting over 40% from 3, averaging just over a steal a game. Which of the 2 sides of the ball do you take more pride in?
Definitely defense, because at the end of the day, that's all about like your effort and your heart and just wanting to get a stop. It's also fun to get stops. I don't think there's enough emphasis on players that get stops. Yeah, you have players that get a ton of steals. You have players that can block shots, but there are a lot of players in this league that if you see them in front of you, you're gonna have a really hard time scoring. And I just wanted to be one of those players. And, even if a player, scores on me, I don't want anything to ever be easy. I want them to leave that game and be like, dang, that was a tough handful of buckets I had to get. That was not easy.
Yeah, because I feel like you really established your spot originally as a shooter, and then the defensive side, you started getting more recognition on that a little bit later in your career. I'm wondering if you learned that from your pops, because your dad is Dean Brown, and he's a 12-year NBA vet. How influential has he been to you?
He's been everything. I mean, he won't say it as much now because he doesn't like to take as much credit. Just because he's just a really humble guy, but he built my game from the ground up. And when I was younger, I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the most athletic, but he made sure I understood the fundamentals of the game. I understood how the game worked, and every time something was changing in the game, we would talk about it. Make sure I watched a lot of film and just know how to be a team player all the time and just play the right way. So
that's just giving girl dad to me. That's giving girl dad.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. He got a little shirt. His girl dad shirt. He loves it. He's adorable.
Something I want to twist the conversation here, because I guess it all goes hand in hand. You're a put together woman. You have fashion for days, my friend. You got fashion for days. Where did the passion for fits? I've seen you on league fits everywhere. Where'd that come from?
Yes. That's another goal of the season.
Listen, it's every week there's Lexie on my Twitter timeline. I'm seeing league fits on Instagram, on TikTok.
When I got to Minnesota, Minneapolis, I made a lot of friends in the cities. So they would come to the game and we would go out after. So I'm okay, I'm just gonna wear to the game what I want to wear to go out later. And that's kind of just how that started. But then seeing everybody else kind of start popping out on game days and stuff on NBA and WNBA, that's been really cool to see. So now, even on game days, I'll be what did my friends wear today? What this team wear today? I like to go see what people are putting on, because we have a lot of stylish people in this league.
I do want to touch on Title IX, because I think it's important that we talk about that. You wrote an article in Slam, the bigger picture when it comes to women in sports, and I loved it. I loved every word of it. Well written, well said. How has Title IX impacted you personally as a professional athlete?
Where Title IX comes into place, and the biggest part in our lives is in college, for sure, because without that, there's no opportunities for us to go to the next step. I think Title IX still is something that we have to address. That's it's still not normal. It's still the asterisk mark next to things. And that's I hope that in the next 50 years from now, Title IX is just gonna be just not, it ain't gonna be we're not gonna have a whole segment dedicated to Title IX, because it's just gonna be normal life. So I think that shout out to us for fighting for the women I'm talking about, and then just taking full advantage of the opportunities that are presented to us, because they are few and far between. So
I know you have aspirations to get into the front office, but what is next for Lexie Brown?
just want this contract extension from the Sparks. It's where I want to be. I really like it here. I think I've kind of found my place, which is something that I've desperately been searching for in like the last couple of years. And then like this year's my first year I'm gonna be home. Like I'm not going overseas. So I'm gonna go play in Athletes Unlimited again. But just kind of like hanging out and seeing what opportunities arise, which is me being, you know, in the States. You know, I think I'm gonna start tapping into that front office stuff. I just gotta, you know, kind of sit down and find time to do that. But I just made the decision this year to just not go overseas and work on some stuff here. Super blessed to be part of AU because it's like the perfect setup for me as far as someone that doesn't necessarily enjoy going overseas. So chill a little bit, hopefully make a playoff push and hang out with my family for a little bit, you know, and then back to work.
All right, thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you taking the time to go one-on-one with me.
Of course, thank you.